Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Trisha, and today on The Aspiring Home Cook, I'm going to show you how to make a beautiful spicy, tangy okra recipe. This is a typical Goan preparation called reshad bhende, where reshad is a beautiful spice blend that you'll find in almost every single Goan home, and bhende is Konkani for ladyfinger or okra. Now, okra is one of my favorite vegetables, and I hope that by sharing a few okra recipes with you, you will learn to love it as much as I do. Now, as far as the spice mix goes, I have shared a recipe on how to make your very own reshad masala at home. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'm going to leave a link to that video here or somewhere here or right here and down in the description box below as well. And once you have that spice mix in place, you can put it in a little airtight container and have it tucked away in your fridge for use whenever you need it. Before we move on to the recipe, if you haven't done so yet, please consider subscribing to my channel, and once you do, click on that little bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. With that said, let's go on over to the kitchen and take a look at how to make some reshad bhende. Before we start cooking, we're going to start prepping our okra. Now, you get many different types of okra, and some of them tend to be quite prickly. The others are just a little fuzzy on the outside. So before I wash the vegetable, I'm just going to give it a good wipe down with a kitchen towel, and that gets rid of any prickly or fuzzy surfaces. Once that's done, proceed to wash the okra and then just wipe them down to get rid of any excess moisture. With that done, we're going to make slits into our okra pods. We're going to leave the stalk on, and then using a knife, we're just going to make a slit down the center. You don't want to cut right through the vegetable. You just want to create a little pocket in which we're going to stuff our masala. You're going to do that to all the pods that you're using. Now, what I have here is a little bit of the reshad masala that we're going to stuff our vegetable with. Since I didn't add any sugar while grinding the masala, I'm just going to put in a touch of sugar right now, about half a teaspoon's worth. If you've added some sugar previously, you can omit this step. Also, if you're watching your sugar intake, you can leave this out. But if you can, I recommend a tiny pinch of sweetness. It really brings out all those flavors in the masala. Stir that all through so that the sugar mixes well and dissolves into that paste. What I've got here is just a little salt. Now, it's important to season the okra really well. So I'm going to open up each of those little slits that we've made and sprinkle a tiny bit of salt in each of those pockets. With the salting done, we're now going to proceed to stuffing the okra. I'm going to take a little bit of that reshad masala and carefully put that into that little pocket that we've created, making sure not to have too much excess masala on the outside, because those are the bits that tend to burn in the pan while these are cooking off. So you're going to do that for each of the vegetable pods that you're using. Now, to cook the okra, heat a large enough pan that will accommodate your okra over some medium heat and drizzle a little oil into the pan. Once the oil has heated, you're going to add your stuffed ladyfinger or okra into the pan, cut side up. Now remember, the pan should be hot but not screaming hot, because that will just burn your vegetable without cooking it through. This takes a little bit of time to cook, so I'm just going to pop a lid on, and on a medium heat, I'm going to let these cook for a couple of minutes. In a couple of minutes, open your lid carefully. I find that using a pair of tongs works best because it gives you more control. You're gently going to flip those okra pods over. You can see that it has started developing a nice color. Now, don't be alarmed if it starts almost charring. That's what you want it to do, and that's what gives it a beautiful flavor. Just make sure that the char doesn't get out of hand, because then it's just going to taste too burnt to be enjoyable. Pop the lid back on and let this cook for a while. And you're going to continue doing this until the okra has completely cooked through on all sides. If at any point the pan feels too dry, go ahead and drizzle a little extra oil to help the cooking process. Now, once your okra has completely cooked through, it will look something like this, and you're ready to serve it up. We tend to eat this just by themselves as a little bit of a starter or an appetizer. They are so unbelievably addictive. Just make sure you make a large enough batch, because people are going to want a second serve of this. This also goes really well with some dal and rice, or even with some chapatis. And you're ready to serve. Now, I know this might not look like much, to most of you, but trust me, these are really, really good. You have to try this recipe once to know what I'm talking about. Don't let those little charred bits fool you. Those add so much flavor to these okra. Just make sure you're watchful while frying them and don't let them burn too far. Now for the most important part, or the taste test. So this is how we do it. Remember that little stock portion that we kept on? You're going to use that to hold your lady finger and just bite into it. What you'll get is an explosion of flavor from that spicy and tangy Reshad masala, and all you'll be left with is that little stock, which you can then discard. So guys, that's it from me today. I hope you enjoyed today's delicious Reshad Bhende recipe. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with family and friends that you think might enjoy it too. I hope you have the opportunity to try this recipe out really soon. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to see you really soon with another delicious recipe. So till then, take care. Bye.